What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 France AI only battle. I hope you're enjoying the action so far. We're getting to not the late game, but I guess the early modern era. Maybe you can even just say modern. We're getting there, right? Planes are regular. We see some tanks. So we're getting to that point in the game where particularly sieging cities becomes a lot easier because you have artillery, you have planes. Battleships are probably, maybe by the end of this episode, something we'll see. So it's going to be a bit easier to siege cities from all different sorts of directions. So we'll see what happens. Straight away we get a peace deal between Burgundy and Aquitaine. There we go. Oh, got a rogue tile there for Normandy. It happens. Normally you only see it when there's a citadel, but it seems it can just happen sometimes, occasionally, if you squeeze through. But there we go. Let's see. Oh, no. We're going to actually, what we're going to do, because I've somehow gone completely blank since yesterday, and I think it'll be good for everyone. Let's just have a little look at the diplomacy overview, see who's at war with each other. Okay, so Monaco v Aquitaine is still ongoing. Aquitaine is fighting Monaco, Portugal, Austria and Normandy, but in particular the big ones there, I guess, are Monaco and Portugal. Cornwall's at war with Normandy. That does not matter at the moment. Portugal at war with Aquitaine, Normandy and Rome. Okay. Austria's at war with Aquitaine. Austria's not even around anymore. Brittany's at war with Burgundy. Okay. There's not too many wars that matter out of all of these. The only ones really matter are Aquitaine, Portugal and Aquitaine, Monaco. They're the only two that border each other at this point in time. Yeah, they're the only border wars. So we don't have to worry about the rest of them. Portugal also just peaced out with Rome, so that is one less war to worry about. But yeah, there we go. Not as chaotic as it seemed, I guess. So that's at least some good news. But what will happen next? We're probably going to see, based on last episode, we probably will see like multiple wars between the big three, if it can be maintained at that sort of pace. Obviously we saw Aquitaine versus the Gauls and the Gauls v Germany last episode. So we'll see if we get anything. We'll see what the Gauls do next. They are pretty quiet at the moment, just minding their own business. They do have plenty of units should they want to do anything with those. Here we go. Germany goes first, so I don't know, that might be an advantage. It's not really an advantage to go first in the turn. It's more of an advantage to declare the war in the first, like be the declarer. It doesn't matter too much once it's actually going what the order is. Like if you're last but you declare the war first, it still gives you an extra turn. So yeah, probably doesn't matter too much the order. I know the Gauls are near the end. In fact, they might be last and Germany's first. But Burgundy pieces out with Brittany. Nothing really happened. The Gauls just completed the Manhattan project. I saw written there. Oh my, that came out of nowhere. Okay, I mean they do have infantry. Well then, that changes things. They don't have any planes, but they have nukes soon. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Cristo Redentor as well for Aquitaine, who is holding on to Leon. At the moment, Portugal is trying. They might actually get it this turn if this Great War Infantry can survive. The problem is Aquitaine goes first. The artillery and the planes might chip away at it. It's going to be a rough turn by the look of it, I think, for Portugal. Yeah, they lose that unit, which means Aquitaine can bring in the reinforcements. Okay, Gauls. Let's see. That came out of nowhere, to be honest. I know we haven't looked at the info edits since turn 200, apart from military manpower. But yeah, Manhattan Project certainly was not what I was expecting to be the next thing to come down the right-hand side of the screen. That's very interesting. We'll see when the next one is. Obviously, that can be quite important. Give us an idea. Again, it is. You have to obviously build. It's a mixture. You have to have the tech to unlock the Manhattan Project, and then you have to actually do the building in a city of the whatever you do the project right in a city. So put some production. So it's a mix of both. Maybe they just have a city with really good production. Maybe the other civs have just opted for other things at this point in time as well. It's at a part of the tech tree where there are multiple choices. You know, it's not the only choice. So maybe some civs didn't think they needed it. Could depend on where the uranium is on the map as well. But there we go. Cornwall settles right in the middle of no man's land here. Great. Normandy pieces out with Aquitaine, but they will now. Oh no, they don't. The Netherlands are invading Burgundy. We'll see how this goes. There's not too many tiles for the Dutch to come through, and they don't have planes. So this shouldn't be very easy at all, especially when Burgundy has planes. And yeah, there you go, Germany Well, if it was going to be difficult, it's now going to be very difficult, because Germany makes their move. They attacked the Netherlands, I think for only the second time this game. Last time they fought, no cities changed hands, they just sort of fought along the border. But yeah, Germany, you can see immediately doing some damage here, and I guess Burgundy's planes will have contributed to. I mean, if the Netherlands, obviously this is getting ahead of ourselves, Germany struggled to kill Austria and didn't do too well against the Gauls. But if they were to somehow like steamroll the Netherlands, that would certainly be a changing in the order at the top end of the game. Not that I know what that order is, but I mean, it could be Gauls, it could be Aquitaine. It does look like the Gauls at the moment may be edging it, so that could be big for Germany if they can have some success here. Brittany and Normandy, just I think we've had it every episode since we started, so it comes back again. Brittany has a technology advantage and looks like a bigger military. I'm just going to check the Germany-Netherlands figures. There you can actually see on score, Aquitaine is currently leading, then the Gauls, and then Germany's a bit further off, and then the Netherlands in fourth. But again, score's not always the best. Having a religion would certainly contribute to a lot of the Gauls' points, or at least help them. But they also have a mega military there in number one. Germany, 2 in a row by the look of it. Germany in second, then fighting the fourth placed military Netherlands. Okay, and then obviously I want to see Normandy's down here at 230k, which is actually the smallest remaining civ. And Brittany's actually in fifth, so yeah, this could be quite rough for them too. Obviously the Dutch the Dutch aren't at war with them, but there you go. Monaco adds the Statue of Liberty. They're just farming. They are going to end up just being fed to the Gauls. I can see it happening. Look, they have hardly any units here. They've thrown them all at Aquitaine very unsuccessfully. I could see the Gauls eating these 3 cities up there. On average, you know, above 30 population each. So that is going to be... that's going to be fun, isn't it? There you go. What is that? 64... 96 divided by 3. 32 on average. Wait, no, that can't be right. My maths has gone wrong. 64... plus 28 is 74. It's 92, sorry. So it's 30.6 recurring average. Yeah, so it is above 30. I want it to be right. There you go. 30 and 2/3 above is the average of these cities, and that's pretty good. That will certainly... I mean, put it this way, they're bigger than every city the Gauls have, even the smallest one. Monacoville is bigger than these two. Vienna and Bibracht. So that's not good if they end up getting fed. Brittany, as I said, does have a tech advantage and numbers advantage, so I think they might have some more success here. Lack of planes is a bit concerning. I'm guessing that's down to a lack of oil. Same going again this way. Germany so far yet to break through. They have done some damage. This city is on 0 defense, so you could walk in. But for now, at least, obviously the Dutch still have the 4th biggest military. They're not going to be a pushover. Germany's military is nearer to the size of the Dutch's than it is to the size of the Gauls. And of course, they may be thinking about what happens if the Gauls invade them from this direction, which we would... I mean, it would be a huge battle. Oh, there we go, out of nowhere. Germany, of course, the famous anti-air gun, which is, of course, an infantry melee unit in this game, conquers the city of Tra. And there we go. So that's the Dutch's southern city falling, and that was a lot of land went with it as well. It gives Germany access to Normandy now, which they never had before. And we'll see what that leads to if Germany continue to push. The Dutch should not be able to retake it. Maybe this infantry. I'm not sure. It's a road. Probably not. They didn't anyway. If it tried, it died, but I don't think they even tried. So here we go, Germany's turn now. They are also attacking Breda in the north quite aggressively. They have 7 planes here in Dijon, but they're mostly fighters. Here we go, Germany's turn, taking a big amount of time, which usually tells you they're doing stuff. A little bit more damage to Breda here in the north, but they certainly did some damage to Quimper here, so we'll see them probably conquer that. And finally, Aquitaine becomes the 2nd civ, just behind with the Manhattan Project, and they now have aircraft carriers and submarines, which are again... the first civs I've seen with those units, and paratroopers as well. I mean, the Gauls have paratroopers now, so it doesn't matter if I saw them already. They both have them. I think Germany maybe even does. Yeah, they have one here. I didn't see that. I was guessing, and then, yeah, they did. There we go, then. But, yeah, there's a bit of a divide. But there we go. Burgundy and the Netherlands piecing out. That seems like a good move for the Netherlands. I mean, Burgundy can't get to them anymore. The Dutch should retake this city unless Germany... does a very good job killing this Great War Infantry unit. Yeah, what are you doing, Germany? You've You've just let it slip. Did you just think they were going to not come back for this? I don't know. They should get this back. Yeah, they're definitely going to get it back now. This unit's just going to walk on in there. Maybe that's why they moved everything out. Maybe they didn't have enough, so they left. It is a good move, you know. You don't want to just waste a unit that's inside the city when it gets conquered. Could be smart from them. Can't always criticize them, you know. They would whoop me. I am not a deity-capable player. Here you go. Brittany is maybe going to get Orleans. Maybe they can get across the river, do enough damage. They have some artillery, which is obviously going to help in a lot of these wars that have been stagnant till now. Getting artillery first certainly helps. The Netherlands do retake their city, but then it's Germany's turn next, and they now have 2 cities on the edge. And once you can start taking more than one at once, that's when things get good for you as a civ. Because if you only take one, that's when we always see it go back and forward and back and forward. If you start taking multiple ones, it gets a little bit harder, particularly on the defender or weaker civ. And yeah, now the Dutch have to worry about trying to grab 2 cities back. Becomes a lot harder. Yeah, there you go. Instead of just focusing everything on one city with low health, now there's 2. Makes it much more difficult for the Dutch, and we can sort of see here that Normandy is struggling. There is also constant fighting here. Aquitaine could actually take Braga here. That would be big. If they could kill Portugal, that would be similar to Germany taking a lot of the Netherlands. Would certainly change the order of this game, but the Dutch for now retaking those 2 cities. Not sure if that will last again beyond this turn. We'll see, although it's only yellow health. I've got away with that one. And Germany's really struggling with that city in the north, so it's probably not a good sign. But they do retake these 2 again. You know, you don't have to take them all in one go. Peace out, come back in 10 turns. It's what Brittany's been doing to Normandy the whole game. And there we go, there it is. Aquitaine moves into the city of Braga. This could be it for Portugal. This could be, it's looking a bit dicey as we see loads of cities fall that turn. Brittany takes St. David's and Orleans to split Normandy down the middle. And yeah, if Brittany kills Normandy, they're going to be quite big on the map as well all of a sudden. Don't count them out. And they'll have access to someone new to attack, like a Burgundy. So that's pretty big. And the Netherlands retake their cities. This is getting... We are seeing some real blobbing out here from the civs. On the smaller civs. Another big turn for Germany. A lot of planes here. They do retake these cities again, but it's costing them a lot. Costing both sides a lot. It's proved me wrong, hasn't it? I was like, yeah, if you get 2 cities, then it's a bit harder. But the Dutch not giving up. This time, of course, they should not be able to retake them, either of them this turn. So that's a problem. Aquitaine once again moves into Braga and could have Coimbra soon. Yet Portugal are moving the planes away. They sense it's coming. And the Gauls' turn now is it's a nervy moment. They are starting to fill with units. All of a sudden, we're going through the tech so quick. They have rocket artillery now. They're flying through the technologies at the moment. I think if we do a small game next time, I'll put it on the higher speed. I was actually meant to for the Italy game, and it didn't work, so I remade the game and forgot to do it, and then this time I just completely forgot. But next time we do a smaller map, we'll probably put it on a slower, was it marathon or epic speed, whichever one is the next one up. Probably not the marathon one, but the epic one I think is the next one. Here we go, big turn for Aquitaine. They do push into Coimbra. Germany has not really done enough to protect Tra here, but they probably will keep Quimper. And they might get Breda pretty soon. And if they could take one in the north as well as in the south, then yeah, then you're really starting to spread them thin, I guess. But they still have a fair few units remaining in the Netherlands. I'm very surprised the Gauls haven't attacked. They could attack anyone right now, like even Aquitaine. Wouldn't be too difficult. The Great Wall doesn't have its effects anymore. Yeah, the Netherlands only retake Tra this time, with Quimper staying, although there is a lot of cavalry around. But big turn for Germany. They need to take 2 cities this turn to really start making progress. We'll see if they can do it. They can take Tra in the south. They're just not getting through here. This is just a horde of artillery, I guess, and it's not the ideal unit to kill land units with, but from a distance, it can keep them at bay, keep you safe. Also, these units are not ideal siege units either. There is 1 artillery here and 1 here. But yeah, these machine guns, anti-air guns, not exactly useful. I mean, the Netherlands don't even have planes, so an anti-air gun is pretty worthless. Ken, however you pronounce that one, goes to Brittany as well. So just Paris and Lyon remaining, as Brittany beginning to expand. I'm liking this. I wonder if they could If they finish this up quick enough, and Germany's still going for it, you could then pile on and hit the Dutch from the south. Look, it's completely open. And then you could start to really expand. That would be pretty cool. And then obviously Burgundy's for the taking at this point in the middle of the map. You've kind of got Aquitaine to their bottom left, the Gauls to their bottom right, Brittany, there was the Netherlands at one point looking good, and obviously Germany to the northeast. Things could get very interesting. Aquitaine is not going to punish Portugal anymore just yet. Looks like they're sort of keeping their units over here. But we'll see if anything happens to these other cities as we progress onwards. Big turns ahead for cities like Paris here. And, oh, yep, that will probably go next turn. And then Normandy will be down to 1 as Brittany begins to emerge as a bit of a dark horse here. Really coming forward. Bear in mind, the Gauls have an advantage right now of the tech, you know, and the amount of units they have. By the end of the game, you know, probably 50 to 100 turns from now, that will be gone because everyone will hit tech 80 eventually, normally around 300 and something turns in. And at that point, it is just down to production and, I guess, geography. If you have better positions to attack, that certainly helps. But yeah, it's more down to production at that point to repair the units, and we all know they all go negative economies pretty badly towards the late game. But whoever has the least negative will also have some help. Burgundy is the 3rd civ with the Manhattan Project. A bit worrying for Germany that they're not there. Paris also falls to Brittany, which just leaves Leon and these 2 random tiles. I'm sure they won't have too much problem taking that, whereas Germany is really struggling here. We will, by the way, be doing the info addicts again at turn 300. Next episode, we'll get a good look in at who is winning as Tra falls again in the south. But it's not leading, it's not sticking with them. All Braga's been absolutely battered by planes. Well, I'd say that, there's not that many here. Maybe these bombers can just hit from quite far away. Forgetting their range because I haven't played in a while, but there you go. There's a lot of units still here for Aquitaine, and they might need them because, yeah, they definitely might need them. You want to keep an eye on this. Luckily, they're in kind of a good spot. Their borders are quite wide from their cities, but this city does look very perilously exposed. That's another 32 population city, well in reach of the Gauls, which is a bit concerning. It does look. I was going to say it looks like they're preparing for this, but I do think it's just because they've got so many units, which is not like it's much of a reprieve. But there we go. Rome versus the Netherlands. That does not matter at all. Okay, we continue. There is a Panzer. I don't think we've ever seen these in an AI game because Germany has never lasted this long. And I say that, and they died. Oh no, it didn't die. It moved over here. But there you go, the German Panzer is here for the first time, rolling into the Netherlands, only 99 years early, 97 years early, in 1842. Right then, is Brittany not yet sieging? Their artillery's not quite close enough to start shooting yet, but they should take Lyon. I'd be really annoyed if they pieced out and left Normandy there. It would have been cool if like they'd left Normandy with just Paris and nothing else. I don't know, that just appeals, right? Having the capital, the true capital of France, like just on its with one civ around it, kind of their own, doing their own thing. But that's not going to happen now. Certainly not with Brittany pushing on, and Germany is making a renewed offensive in the south. Germany can certainly outproduce the Netherlands. Like I'm pretty sure. Manufactured goods, yeah. Germany's 4th though, and the Netherlands are 5th, so it's only. But yeah, it's Germany's nearer to 600, the Netherlands are nearer to 400. So in theory, it's sort of 3 units for Germany to 2 Dutch units in terms of production. Eventually, Germany will take the lead. More scary is the Gauls dominating at the top there, but Brittany is also up there in 3rd, so they had certainly been the dark horse for this whole game. A lot of people picked them, so sorry. They kept failing though, so you got to understand why I wasn't sure. But now all of a sudden, taking all of Normandy certainly changes things. Cornwall joining against the Netherlands means the Dutch fleet will be in trouble. Not that that was any use against Germany, but once it's gone, obviously Cornwall could then just hit the coastal cities pretty easily. Burgundy, there is a small border here, but more importantly, if Burgundy bring these planes over, that could certainly help Germany. If Burgundy just starts picking off random targets for them. But there we go, the Dutch peace out with Germany, and nothing changes hands. What a disappointment for the Germans. Not to be for them at the moment. Not to be. Does Cornwall make their move? Let's see how this battle in the Channel goes. Very slow turn, but there we go. A few boats in trouble. Portugal seems to have staved off the threat for now. There's a lot of planes here. There is a nuke there, let alone a lot of planes. Did they use one earlier? Because this city was really low. Surely not. No, there's no pillaged smoke. I'm sure it would have showed up by now. I think that is the first nuke. The Gauls don't... Oh no, there you go. There's 3 there for the Gauls. Germany, I would be very worried if I was you right now. You still don't have access to nuclear weapons. But that is going to be it for this episode. We are definitely into the modern era now. Some of them probably beyond modern era, but there we go. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.